You feed your dog, you take care of him, but there's something he's been silently begging for, and you've been missing it every single day. It's not a treat, it's not a walk, it's something far deeper, something only 2% of dog owners ever understand. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the things your dog loves most. But here's my challenge to you. I bet you're only doing 2 of them. The other 18? You've probably never even thought of them, and once you hear them, you might realize your dog's been hurting in ways you never imagined. Let's begin, and start with the sniff revolution. Here's what 99% owners miss. Your dog's nose has 300 million scent receptors. Yours has 6 million. Walking your dog without letting him sniff is like blindfolding you and expecting you to navigate. UCLA researchers proved that 10 minutes of sniffing equals 30 minutes of physical exercise for mental stimulation. Mark from Ohio tried this yesterday. His hyperactive beagle was calm for 4 hours straight. Here's the game changer. Tomorrow morning, instead of yanking the leash, give him 6 feet of freedom. Let him decode the neighborhood like reading Facebook updates. Every lamppost, tree, and fire hydrant tells a story about other dogs, food scraps, and territorial boundaries. This isn't wasting time. It's giving your dog the mental enrichment he desperately craves. You'll see the difference in his posture within 48 hours. But wait, before we dive deeper into training, there's a crucial question that reveals your dog's true personality and changes everything about how you should bond with them. The next method involves MRI brain scans and will blow your mind about whether your dog is a foodie or people lover. Food versus praise preference. Here's a mind-blowing question that reveals your dog's true personality. Do they love spending time with you more than they love food? Atlanta, Georgia, researchers designed 3 brilliant experiments to answer this once and for all. They used MRI brain scans to see how dogs' brains lit up when presented with food versus human praise, then put dogs in Y-shaped mazes where they had to choose between food and their owner. The shocking results: dogs split almost perfectly 50-50. Some dogs are hardcore foodies who live for their next meal, while others are people lovers who crave human interaction above all else. Here's the fascinating part. Whichever preference your dog showed was consistent across all 3 experiments. Your dog's love language is hardwired into their personality, and knowing whether they're a foodie or people lover helps you understand exactly how to make them happiest. Now that you know your dog's love language, there's a shocking training mistake that 92% of owners make that's literally creating pessimistic dogs who expect the worst from life. This next revelation will break your heart, but could save your dog's mental health. The reward: training only. Warning: this method exposes a heartbreaking mistake that 92% of dog owners make without realizing the psychological damage they're causing. Portuguese researchers studied dogs trained with 3 different methods: reward-based training, punishment-based training, and mixed approaches. The results were devastating for punishment-trained dogs. Not only did they show immediate stress signs and elevated cortisol, the stress hormone, during training, but here's the truly tragic part. These dogs developed long-term pessimistic outlooks on life. Even when they weren't in training situations, cognitive bias tests revealed they had more negative expectations about the world around them. Reward-trained dogs were literally happier beings with optimistic personalities. Every punishment creates a dog who expects the worst from life, while every reward builds a dog who approaches the world with joy and confidence. Training philosophy shapes personality, but there's another common mistake owners make with socialization that's creating reactive dogs everywhere. Imagine if someone forced you to hug strangers at Walmart. That's exactly what we're doing to our dogs. The consent-based socialization. Imagine I forced you to hug strangers at Walmart. Weird, right? That's exactly what we do to dogs at the park. Dr. Patricia McConnell calls this social assault, and it's creating reactive dogs everywhere. The fix? The 3-second rule. Let your dog observe for 3 seconds, choose for 3 seconds, then interact for 3 seconds max. Most owners drag their dogs toward other dogs, thinking they're being social. Wrong! Your dog needs time to assess body language, energy levels, and territorial signals before deciding if he wants to interact. Watch his ears. Forward means curious, back means uncomfortable. Look at his tail. Loose wag is good, stiff wag means tension. If he turns his head away or licks his lips, he's saying no thanks. Honor that choice and become his trusted bodyguard. Dogs trained this way show 90% less reactivity in adulthood. This isn't just about socialization. It's about building confidence and trust between you and your dog. Socialization builds confidence, but there's a physical gesture so simple that it creates a 300% hormone spike in your dog's brain. This next secret sounds crazy, but science proves it works. And you probably avoid doing it. Kissing. First secret that sounds crazy, but science proves it works. Kiss your dog more. One groundbreaking study took 10 dogs and measured their love hormones after different interactions with their owners. The shocking result? The more kisses the dogs received, the higher their oxytocin levels skyrocketed. We're talking about 300% increases. This isn't just cute behavior, it's literally a chemical love drug for your furry friend. Your dog gets high off your affection, and every kiss you give them creates an addiction-like bond that makes them crave more of you specifically. But physical touch gets even more incredible than just kissing. Kissing creates chemical addiction, but what you do after walks determines whether your dog becomes destructive or calm. The next tip reveals a 5-minute ritual that eliminates 80% of behavioral problems. The decompression ritual. After every walk, your dog is basically on caffeine. His nervous system is firing like fireworks. Without decompression, he goes from 0 to destruction in minutes. The solution: 5 minutes of stillness in your yard or car. Watch his breathing slow, his eyes soften. This alone eliminates 80% of post-walk behavioral issues. Think of it like an athlete cooling down after intense exercise. Your dog's adrenaline is pumping from new sights, sounds, smells, and social interactions. Jumping straight into house mode without transition creates behavioral chaos. During decompression, don't talk to him or give commands. Just sit quietly and let his nervous system downshift naturally. You'll see his tongue retract, his posture relax, and his eyes lose that wide alert look. This simple ritual teaches him that exciting outdoor energy stays outside, and calm indoor energy belongs inside. Dogs with decompression routines show significantly fewer destructive behaviors and adapt better to schedule changes. Mental decompression is crucial, but what about physical pain relief? The next tip shows you how to create a $200 therapy device using something from your kitchen that costs less than $2. The rice sock therapy. Fill a sock with rice, microwave for 40 seconds, and you've just created a $200 therapy device for free. Heat therapy increases circulation by 30% and triggers deep muscle relaxation. Place it on his hips for 10 minutes while he rests. You'll see him melt like butter. Dr. Sarah Williams, DVM, calls this the simplest pain relief method every owner should know. This technique is perfect for senior dogs with arthritis, active dogs after hiking, or any pup with muscle tension. Use a thick sock and tie a tight knot to prevent rice from spilling. Always wrap it in a thin towel to prevent burns and test the temperature on your own skin first. The moist heat penetrates deeper than dry heat and stays warm for about 10 minutes. Perfect timing for therapeutic benefit. Watch for comfort signals like deep sighs, loose body posture, or droopy eyelids. Store the sock in an airtight container to prevent moisture and odors. Never use on open wounds or fresh injuries where cold therapy is more appropriate. Heat therapy melts physical tension, but simple petting does something even more incredible. It simultaneously improves both your cardiovascular health and your dog's. This next discovery will shock you. The petting. This will blow your mind about the power of simple petting. South African researchers paired 18 dogs with 18 humans for a revolutionary study. After just a few minutes of petting, something magical happened in the dogs' bodies. Their oxytocin, dopamine, and multiple happiness hormones all surged simultaneously. But here's the crazy part most people don't know. The dog's blood pressure dropped significantly, meaning you're literally improving their cardiovascular health just by touching them. The most shocking discovery? Humans experienced all the same benefits too. You're not just making your dog healthier and happier, you're getting a therapeutic treatment yourself. Every pet is like a mini spa session for both of you. Physical touch heals both species, but there's something about walk control that most owners get completely wrong. The next tip reveals why your dog pulls, and it's not disobedience, it's desperation. The root choice autonomy. What if I told you the reason your dog pulls on walks isn't disobedience? It's desperation for control. Humans need autonomy to be happy. So do dogs. When you control every step, you're creating learned helplessness. The fix. At every corner, loosen the leash and follow his choice for 50 feet. This micro-decision reduces cortisol by 40% and increases voluntary attention by 70%. Most owners think they need to be the alpha leader 100% of the time, but smart leadership means knowing when to follow. Your dog has mental maps of his territory that include scent trails, favorite spots, and safe routes. When you honor his navigation choices once or twice per walk, you're acknowledging his intelligence and building mutual respect. Set boundaries. Maybe he chooses direction, but you choose how long to explore each area. Dogs who get small daily choices show more resilience to sudden changes at home and pull less on future walks. Giving choices reduces pulling. But there's a treat dispenser trick that literally rewires your dog's brain chemistry better than antidepressants. This next method transforms anxiety into Zen-like calmness. The Frozen Kong Meditation. Here's something that will blow your mind. A frozen Kong isn't just a treat dispenser, it's a meditation device that rewires your dog's brain. Fill a Kong with wet food, freeze it overnight, and watch your anxious dog transform into a Zen master. The 20 to 30 minutes of focused licking releases massive amounts of serotonin, the same happy chemical humans get from antidepressants. Dr. Karen Overall, a veterinary behaviorist, calls this pharmaceutical-grade calmness without the prescription. The secret is in the repetitive licking motion that activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Mix plain yogurt with mashed banana, add kibble pieces, freeze solid. The cold temperature also soothes teething pain and inflamed gums. Dogs who get frozen Kongs daily show 60% less destructive behavior and sleep deeper at night. This isn't just boredom busting, it's literally changing your dog's brain chemistry for the better. Even aggressive dogs become gentle giants during Kong time. Mental meditation is powerful, but there's a 2-minute exercise that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but makes dogs 50% smarter. Professional therapists use this technique to rehabilitate dogs with cognitive decline. The backwards walking brain boost. This sounds ridiculous, but walking your dog backwards for just 2 minutes daily will make him 50% smarter. Seriously. When dogs walk backwards, they activate unused neural pathways and improve spatial awareness dramatically. Canine physical therapists use this technique to rehabilitate dogs with cognitive decline. Start in your hallway, hold a treat at his nose level and slowly step backwards while saying, "back, back." His brain has to work overtime to coordinate reverse movement while maintaining balance. This mental challenge is equivalent to humans doing complex puzzles. Dogs who practice backwards walking show improved problem-solving skills, better focus during training, and reduced anxiety in new environments. The technique also strengthens core muscles and improves proprioception, your dog's awareness of his body in space. Veterans with PTSD dogs use this method to enhance their service, dog's alertness and responsiveness. 2 minutes daily, watch his confidence skyrocket. Brain training builds intelligence, but there's a bonding technique so powerful that your heart rates will literally synchronize within 3 minutes. This next method creates biological connection that reduces stress in both species. The heartbeat synchronization. Place your hand on your dog's chest and match your breathing to his heartbeat. This creates a biological bond that reduces both your stress levels simultaneously. Research shows that within 3 minutes, your heart rates will synchronize, a phenomenon called cardiac coherence. Japanese researchers discovered that dogs and owners who practice this daily have 300% higher oxytocin levels than normal pairs. The technique works because it activates mirror neurons, the same brain cells that make yawning contagious. Start when your dog is already relaxed, perhaps after a meal or exercise. Place your palm gently over his heart, close your eyes, and breathe slowly. His breathing will naturally slow to match yours, creating a feedback loop of calmness. This method is so powerful that therapy dog trainers use it to instantly calm anxious children in hospitals. Dogs who experience regular heartbeat sessions show decreased cortisol, improved immune function, and deeper human attachment. It's literally meditation for both species. Heartbeat synchronization creates deep connection, but eye contact does something even more incredible. It triggers the exact same hormone surge that human mothers have with newborn babies. This next discovery will blow your mind. The eye contact. Prepare to have your mind completely blown by this next scientific discovery. A Japanese researcher obsessed with human-dog bonds conducted an experiment that changed everything we know about the connection. He had 30 pairs of dogs, and humans spend 30 minutes together, with some pairs gazing into each other's eyes extensively, while others barely made eye contact. The results were absolutely stunning. The pairs who maintained the most eye contact saw oxytocin increases of 130% in dogs and a mind-blowing 300% in humans. Here's what makes this revolutionary. When human mothers gaze into their baby's eyes, they experience the exact same hormonal surge. You're literally triggering the same biological parent-child bond mechanism that evolution designed for survival. Eye contact creates parent-child bonds, but your dog has pressure points, just like humans, that can eliminate anxiety faster than medication. The next technique involves ancient Chinese medicine that's 3,000 years old. The pressure point massage. Your dog has the same pressure points as humans, and a 5-minute massage can eliminate anxiety faster than any medication. The most powerful spot is between his eyebrows. Press gently with your thumb for 30 seconds while he relaxes. This activates the third eye acupressure point that instantly triggers the rest and digest response. Traditional Chinese veterinary medicine has used these techniques for over 3,000 years. The base of the ears, the center of the chest, and the area between the toes all contain nerve clusters that respond to gentle pressure. Dogs with noise phobias show remarkable improvement when their owners learn basic pressure point therapy. The technique works by releasing endorphins and interrupting stress signals to the brain. Start with light circles, gradually increasing pressure until you see your dog's eyes soften and his breathing deepen. Professional animal massage therapists charge $150 per session for these same techniques. Your dog will literally lean into the pressure and may even fall asleep during treatment. No doubt, this behavior transforms behavior. But what about when you have to leave your dog alone? The next trick uses something from your laundry and reduces separation anxiety by 85%. The sock scent swap. Wear a clean sock for 24 hours, then leave it in your dog's bed when you're gone. This creates a scent security blanket that reduces separation anxiety by 85%. Your dog's sense of smell is 10,000 times stronger than yours. To him, your sock is like having you physically present. The technique works because your scent triggers oxytocin release in your dog's brain, the same hormone that bonds mothers to babies. Military working dogs use this method when separated from their handlers during deployment. The sock retains your unique pheromone signature for up to 72 hours, providing constant comfort. Swap out socks every 3 days to maintain scent intensity. Dogs who have access to their owner's scent show 90% less destructive behavior and bark 60% less when alone. This method is so effective that animal shelters now use volunteer-worn clothing to calm newly surrendered dogs. Your dog doesn't just miss seeing you, he misses breathing you in. This simple trick satisfies that deep biological need for your presence, even when you're miles away. Scent provides comfort when you're away, but there's a specific massage technique that connects to your dog's main relaxation highway. The next method involves the ears and releases natural painkillers. The gentle ear massage. Cup your dog's ears in your palms and massage the base in slow circles for 2 minutes. This activates pressure points that instantly lower blood pressure and release natural painkillers. The ear base contains a cluster of nerve endings connected to the vagus nerve, the body's main relaxation highway. Dogs with chronic pain, arthritis, or anxiety show immediate relief from this technique. The massage increases blood flow to the inner ear, improving balance and reducing motion sickness in car-anxious dogs. Professional animal massage therapists charge $200 to teach this one technique. Start at the base where the ear meets the skull, using gentle circular motions with your fingertips. Your dog will lean into the pressure and may even groan with pleasure. That's the endorphins kicking in. Dogs who receive daily ear massage sleep 40% deeper and show improved cognitive function in old age. The technique is so powerful that therapy dogs are trained to seek out ear rubs from patients because the calming effect is mutual. This isn't just petting, it's targeted healing therapy. Ear massage triggers the relaxation highway, but there's a secret love language that dogs use with their eyes that most owners completely miss. The next method reveals how dogs say, "I love you." The slow blink, love language. Look at your dog and slowly close your eyes for 3 seconds, then open them. This is how dogs say, "I love you," and most owners completely miss it. When your dog slow blinks at you, he's showing ultimate trust and affection. Returning the gesture creates a love conversation that deepens your bond instantly. Researchers at the University of Portsmouth proved that dogs who exchange slow blinks with their owners have 300% higher oxytocin levels than dogs who don't. The slow blink triggers the same neural pathways as physical touch, flooding both your brains with feel-good chemicals. Fast eye contact can be threatening in dog language, but slow, deliberate blinks signal safety and love. Practice this during quiet moments, after meals, before bed, or during cuddle time. Dogs trained in slow blink communication show better emotional regulation and stronger human attachment. The technique works because it mimics the natural eye movements dogs make when completely relaxed. Zoo animals use slow blinking to communicate peaceful intentions across species barriers. Your dog has been trying to tell you he loves you with his eyes. Now you can speak his language back. Eye communication builds love, but how you greet your dog when you come home literally determines their stress levels for hours. The next technique reveals why 30 seconds of greeting affects their entire mood. The perfect greeting technique. How you greet your dog when you come home literally determines their stress levels for hours. Swedish scientists conducted a precise study where people greeted dogs they knew in 3 different ways: talking to them while giving physical contact, only talking to them, or completely ignoring them. They measured oxytocin levels in the dog's blood after each greeting style, and the results were crystal clear. The combination of talking and physical touch created the highest oxytocin spikes while simultaneously reducing cortisol, stress hormone, to the lowest levels. But here's what most people get wrong. They either rush past their dog without acknowledgement, or they only use one type of greeting. Your dog needs both verbal acknowledgement and physical touch to feel truly welcomed and loved. Every time you come home, you're either filling their emotional tank or leaving them feeling dismissed and stressed. The perfect greeting takes 30 seconds but affects their mood for hours. Greetings fill emotional tanks, but there's one controversial topic that sparks heated debates among dog owners. The next method reveals shocking benefits of the most debated sleeping arrangement. The CO sleeping benefits. The most controversial method that sparks heated debates among dog owners. Letting your dog sleep in your bed. But here's what Dr. Dana Varble, Chief Veterinary Officer for the North American veterinary community, revealed that changes everything. In general, it is a very good thing for animals to sleep with their people. The science backs this up completely. Pets who co-sleep with their humans demonstrate higher trust levels and significantly tighter bonds with their families. But the benefits go even deeper. Dogs and cats who sleep close to their humans experience increases in beneficial neurotransmitters like oxytocin and dopamine throughout the night. Imagine your dog's brain getting flooded with happiness chemicals for 8 hours straight, just from being near you. Co-sleeping isn't just comfortable. It's like giving your dog a continuous IV drip of pure joy and security that strengthens your bond while they dream. Co-sleeping floods brains with happiness chemicals. But there's a weekly adventure that literally grows new brain connections in your dog. The next method involves sensory enrichment that most house dogs never experience. The surprise texture walk. Once a week, take your dog on a texture adventure, where he walks on different surfaces for sensory enrichment that most dogs never experience. Plan a route that includes grass, gravel, sand, wooden boards, metal grates, and smooth concrete. Each surface stimulates different nerve endings in his paw pads, sending unique sensory information to his brain. This type of sensory input improves balance, confidence, and neuroplasticity. Your dog's brain literally grows new connections. Wild dogs naturally encounter varied terrain, but house dogs often only experience pavement and carpet. This sensory deprivation can lead to anxiety and behavioral problems. Dogs who do regular texture walks show improved problem-solving skills and better adaptation to new environments. The paw pads contain thousands of nerve endings that connect directly to the brain's emotional centers. Different textures trigger different emotional responses. Soft surfaces calm, rough surfaces alert, unstable surfaces build confidence. Start with 30 seconds on each surface, gradually increasing as your dog becomes more comfortable. This technique is so effective that physical therapists use texture therapy to help paralyzed dogs regain sensation and movement. And here's the final secret that most dog owners completely ignore. How you say goodbye is just as crucial as how you say hello. Italian researchers discovered something beautiful about the power of departure rituals when they had people either pet their dogs for exactly 1 minute before leaving or skip physical contact entirely. The results were remarkable. Dogs who received the 1-minute petting ritual before separation showed calming behaviors for significantly longer periods while waiting for their owner's return. Even more impressive, their heart rates showed notable decreases after the goodbye touch, proving they were genuinely more relaxed and secure. Think about this: 60 seconds of intentional touching before you leave gives your dog hours of emotional comfort while you're gone. It's like leaving them with a physical memory of your love that they can hold on to until you return. This simple ritual transforms goodbyes from stressful abandonments into loving promises of return. Look, I've just shared science-backed secrets that can transform your relationship with your dog forever. But here's the thing. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Your dog doesn't need you to remember all 21 tips perfectly. He just needs you to start with one. Pick the method that resonated with you most. Maybe it's the 3-second slow blink that says, "I love you," or the frozen Kong meditation that rewires his brain chemistry, or even something as simple as letting him choose the route for 50 feet on tomorrow's walk. I guarantee you'll see a difference within 48 hours. Your dog will look at you differently. His tail will wag differently. His entire energy will shift because finally, someone is speaking his language. But here's what I want you to do right now. Smash that like button if even one of these tips blew your mind.